What's up, Rim Team? It's Trent Sennison. You're tuned into the infamous Living Rim Network. Divine powers are always working for us because we're trying to do right. Great ways to start a super conversation in a group situation. That rhyme, they actually rhyme, right? For those of you who don't know, conversations are some of the best things that you can get into. You know, you can learn so much. It's just like an information hub going on in a conversation with like 5 people. You know, you can build rapport. You can make new friends with 3 of the people of all the 10 people that are in a conversation together. Oh man, you know, you can impress another person to make them want to give you an opportunity that they've been looking for somebody to do for them. Oh man, there's so much going on. You know, people can finally understand this part about you versus always thinking about you from this way outside looking in when you know it's not true. You know, they didn't understand you from the get-go, but now that you're in this huge conversation, in this group situation, you know, now it's like people are finally able to understand you because you have the audacity to want to even merge into that conversation. You want to now talk and become a part of the conversations. And that's what I'm going to talk about now, because I understand it's not easy talking to a whole bunch of people like right in the moment. Sometimes we are afraid. Sometimes we feel insecure about ourselves, adamant, like we feel like we don't have on the right clothes, we're not saying the right words, you know, our words don't come out right. Oh my God, our rhetoric is all jacked up. Do they like us or not? Did I say the right thing or not? And so we go through this constant battle of thinking about ourselves and, you know, getting into these super conversations, fantasizing about wanting to be in super conversations in a group situation. So first thing first, in order to start a super conversation, you have to learn how to get everybody involved. If you're the type of person who wants to start a super conversation, you know, you want to get everybody involved, you really want unity, you know, you want people to come together to see, you know, a vision or something, or you just want to make friends with everybody or get everybody to interact with each other, you have to be able to get everybody involved. You have to be able to go up to a person, you know, start a conversation. Hey, you know, how you doing? Yeah. And what you call them said that too. Yeah. Didn't you say that, girl? Didn't you say that? And she gets involved and she comes in. Say what? What did I say? And now it's 3 people. You know, now they talking to each other, and now you can sit back and think. You know what I mean? Like, dang, who else can I get involved? Why you holding that smile? Who else can I get involved? And then, you know, they be like, yeah. And they come back to you. They be like, well, you know, see, what I was saying was this. I was saying if all of us got together and went out at the same time, you know, it'd be a great thing for us to do, because, I mean, y'all 2 are girls, you know, but Johnny Cash, oh man, I've heard every time he goes out, man, he buys everybody drinks and stuff. Hey Johnny, come here, bro. What's up, man? Come here, man. I want you to, man, come here. Tell him about that party you threw. Now Johnny in the conversation. Now there's 3 people plus you, that's 4 people. You know, now they talking amongst each other, and now guess what they gonna do? They're gonna probably do the same thing that you just did. They're gonna start name dropping, and hopefully some of the people that they name dropping are right around in that circle. And then another thing is that people will begin to see, like, what are they talking about? It's like, you know, when there's a lot of energy stirred up, people are drawn to that. Where there's a lot of people are watching something like, ooh, what they doing over there? They fighting. You know, people walk up and want to see too, like, ooh, they is fighting. Ooh. That's just how people are. You know what I mean? We are drawn to, you know, a collective consciousness of group energy. You know, and so next thing you know, it's like 7 people now in a conversation, because they seen 4 people talking amongst themselves, because people want to be nosy. So that's the first thing you must do in order to start a great conversation. Number 2 is, when this conversation is going on, you got to be talking about a really edgy topic. You know what I mean? You got to be the person to spice up the conversations. Sometimes, you know, people don't want to talk to people because sometimes they're so dull with their conversation skills. You know, like if somebody, your best friend call, oh my God, sometimes you get tired of talking to her because she's only talking about the same thing, her boyfriend all the time, her husband all the time. Oh man, your boy calling you, always talking about the job. Oh man, the job this, my boss that, this and that. Every time it's the same conversation. And so these people don't catch your interest too much or too often, because you know they always talk about the same thing. So in order to start a super conversation with somebody, it don't even got to be a group situation, but it can just be with it on an individual basis. You have to make sure that your topics are just, you know, leading on the next person. Like, it got to be like an advertisement. You know, like when you rolling down a highway, you see a billboard, you're only going to be captured to what you're captured by. You know, and you're only going to pay attention to the things that are meaningful. You're only gonna turn the television to the channels that make you feel good. Like, you're not gonna turn to a television channel of something that you're not interested in. So it's the same thing when tuning in conversations. In order to get people to start, wanting to be involved in your conversations, whether it's a Facebook status, whether it's an Instagram picture, it always have to be something catchy. You have to choose a great topic. Choose a good topic to talk about, something that will get everybody involved. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 is, don't drill people with questions. Don't drill people with questions when you're in the middle of a group situation, having a super duper conversation. Don't necessarily ask questions. People don't like to be put on the spot like that, like so much to the point it's like they feel like they're being interrogated in the midst of a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, because it kind of like puts the spotlight on them too much. Because once you ask a person a question in a group conversation, most of the time they're like, everybody looking, everybody, versus them actually picking up the conversation from somebody else. They carry the conversation on like, yeah, well, me too, let me, and so we can definitely make that work. Yeah, I think we can make that work too. The conversation keep going on person to person, jump back forward, person to person, without somebody having to drill somebody with questions like, so what are you gonna do this weekend? Oh, so where are you going? Oh man, what is your household like? How much is your income? People don't want to, they don't want to be drilled with questions. So make sure that when you're in this group conversation amongst all your friends, make sure that you're never singling out individuals. Make sure you try to keep the conversation going with all different, for all individuals. Just keep rolling. Just keep rolling with the conversation. And last but not least, if you have a hard time getting into group conversations, it's just a fear that you have to face. It's just a part of you that you have to, stand up to. Once upon a time, I was scared to talk in group conversations. Once upon a time, I was scared to be myself, my true self, and say the crazy, weird, silly things that I say. I'm a very silly person. I'm a very comical person, and that's just my lifestyle. My lifestyle is very entertaining. I'm a creative artist, so you can imagine how weird I am when I go around people who are, so polite and so, oh man, they're just such a great person. Like, their rhetoric is out this world. Oh man, they're so precise with every vocabulary word they use. Oh man, they're so diplomatic. Oh gosh, you gotta say the proper synonyms and antonyms around them in order for them to be impressed. But me, I am who I am. I'm a free-spirited person, and so I always had a hard time, going around people and being myself because I fear of what they would think about me. But like I said, the more you just continue to, step up to your fears and just do it anyway, you'll begin to realize that you ain't the only one. It's like everybody else in the conversation feels the same way. It's just that some people are able to step up to their fears better than you and say, you know what, the hell with it. I'm gonna talk about this damn pizza. They going out to eat pizza. I want to go to. I don't care where it's at. I'm going there, and I don't care what they talking about. Pepperoni, sausage, cheese, whatever. It's a conversation. I'm in it to win it. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I'm Trent Anderson of the infamous Living Room Network. If this video resonated with you, make sure you press thumbs up. Speak up, let your voice be heard. Let us know at the very bottom in the comment section. Have you had a hard time, getting in group conversations, or what are some of the things that you do to start a super conversation in a group situation? Are you a very conversational person? Let us know. Speak up, let your voice be heard. In the meantime, folks, I'll see you in the next 24.